Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kathleen with Thrifty Britches, where it's not cheap, it's thrifty. I am a part-time reseller and a full-time school counselor, and I have an eBay store along with my sister Karen, who is also a part-time reseller and a full-time school teacher. So welcome back to our next What Sold. It has actually been kind of a busy period for us, which we're super excited about, but it's making for a really long What Sold video, so I think I'm going to break it up into two parts. In any event, let's get started. Okay, so this first item that I have is a Columbia boys jacket. It is in a size 10, 12, and this sold really fast. This sold within less than a week. It's just a standard fleece jacket, but it was in really good condition. It didn't have any stains or pulls or anything. We picked that up at an estate sale for $2, and we sold it for $13 on Poshmark. And so it wasn't a huge sale, but anytime that I can pick up something really, really cheap, like for $2 for a jacket, and then flip it very quickly, I mean, that is awesome as far as I'm concerned. This next item is Athleta, and I know I was hating on Athleta in my last video, or maybe it was the one before that. But these types of things, these sweatshirts, really do well for us. So the shorts, the pants, even the t-shirts, meh. But these fleece sweatshirts, we sold them very quickly. We were able to pick up two, one in a size small, one in a size medium. This one is the size small, and both of them moved very quickly. The first one sold within a week, and this one hung around for about 3 weeks, but still, it sold really well. Karen picked this up at Goodwill for $2.99, and we flipped it for $28.99. Next is Show Me Your Moo Moo Dress. We got this at an estate sale for $4, and I love these dresses. And this one was particularly pretty because it was super flouncy. It had this little tie-on thing in the back, just really cute and fun. We were able to sell that for $29. And as I've mentioned before in my other What Sold videos, everything that I tell you is what we were paid by the buyer, and they pay for shipping. We don't ever do free shipping because we're terrible at figuring it out, so we just do calculated shipping and leave it at that. However, it does not include any fees that we were charged by eBay. We've switched over to managed payments, which has helped because the fees are a little bit less, but I will give you the rundown at the end of the second video to let you know all of our fees and cost of goods and what our exact profit is. Okay, so next up are these Paige denim boot cut jeans. They are in a size 34. And these also sold very quickly. These sold within a couple of days of listing them, and we got them at Goodwill for $5.99 and flipped them for $20. So I have just a stack of jeans that I just keep adding to the pile, and they're fairly easy to store. I've got them in a bin, and I can tuck it away under a shelf, so I don't mind picking up jeans, especially Paige jeans and AG jeans, as well as some Tori jeans, have really been moving for us. The American Eagle jeans kind of hang around a little bit, but anything by those other brands that I've mentioned, we love to pick up because they move. Also, Miss Me jeans have been moving pretty well for us as well. Okay, this next item is another one of those things that Karen brought to me where I thought she had lost her mind, but oh my gosh, these things have been selling. She came with this bag of just all of these legs pantyhose, and they were new in the package and vintage. And so I thought, who cares about vintage pantyhose? Not me. But little by little, they're all selling. So she picked each pair up for 59 cents at Goodwill, and we've been slowly but surely weeding them out of our inventory. So this package was a 3-pack of control top pantyhose in a size extra large, and they sold for $5.99. And I want to say we had them listed for $7.99 and accepted an offer of $5.99 because there's still about 20 more pair to get rid of. So we will just roll out another pair into the old eBay listing. Keeping in line with the workout theme, we have this pair of Gap Fit shorts that were really pretty in a great size. They were a size extra large. They were in perfect condition, no stains, no pulls, no fading. The only issue was that they were missing their waist tie. They were elasticized at the waist, so you didn't really need it, but clearly there had been one there and it was gone. So I just noted that in the description, and they sold also within about a week for $10. I was having trouble remembering where we got these. I know we didn't pay more than $1 or $2 for them, but I just can't remember if they were a yard sale or a Goodwill find. And I texted Karen and I hadn't heard back from her at the time of filming this, so I'm just going to tell you, I know we didn't pay any more than $3 for those. Okay, this is another one of my bread and butter brands, Lucky. This is a Lucky vintage floral long sleeve button down. It is in a size medium. We got this for $3 at Goodwill and we turned it around for $10. Just like some of the other bread and butter brands that Karen and I pick up, we don't ever mind putting Lucky in our closet. It is always going to sell for the most part. There's very few pieces that stick around very long. They are not going to make us rich, but it is nice to move merchandise. When you pick up something for as little as $3, a $7 profit, those are going to add up after a while, so we are happy to do it. This item is another one of those things that I looked at Karen like, oh, what is going through your brain picking up these? I mean, these plates were hideous. They were absolutely hideous. However, they were vintage, and we all know vintage sells. Most vintage, not all vintage, but this vintage does. And these are Valentine's Day Plates by Rosanna, a company I'd never heard of. They still had a price tag on them from TJ Maxx for $14.99, but they don't make them or sell them anymore. So we listed them as vintage. They got immediate attention, lots of likes right away because I have cross-posted it on Mercari, but they ended up selling on eBay for $32. So that is a bolo, my friends. If you see anything like that, any of those vintage types of plates or bowls, we've just had a lot of luck selling that stuff. So we've picked up a few things for holidays like Thanksgiving, and I know we had some Christmas plates, and just put them out there vintage, and they have just sold, and they've sold really quickly. And the Valentine's Day plates sold in about a week and a half. So happy to move those out because they were super heavy. They were just taking up space on my shelf, collecting dust, so I was glad to move those on out. As you know, I love adult Matilda Jane. I love wearing it. I love picking it up. I love flipping it, and it moves for us. It moves really quickly. This pair of pants was no exception. They were listed for about a week when they sold. They are in a size medium, and they are super soft, stretchy pants. They had a wide leg at the bottom, so kind of trending now. And we got those at Goodwill for $3, and we sold those on Poshmark for $25. Next up is this pretty aqua ruffled Lane Bryant Henley that was new with tags. It is in a size 22-24. We got that at the Salvation Army for $3. And we sold it for $14.99 on eBay. This was a really, really pretty Henley. Obviously new with tags, it's in perfect condition. This next item is a new in box, but new old stock box of Toasties. It's those socks from, I guess, the 90s. I can't remember when they were popular, but they have the rubberized stuff on the bottom so you can wear them and not slip all over your floors. And I found these at a yard sale, and I paid $1. I may have only even paid 50 cents. I can't remember, but it was definitely not more than $1. And so I grabbed those, and they sat around forever because I probably got those in late May, early June, and they sold for $8. I have picked up a bunch of vintage items that I have found that have been sealed in the box or new old stock or new in box, and they have done surprisingly well for me. Again, not a huge profit, but it still moves, and something like that is another thing that I can just toss in a drawer and not have to worry about it. This was one of my favorite yard sale purchases from this summer. I got it in July, and I paid $5 for it. It's this vintage Bryant purse, and it's one of the ones that has the magnetic closure, and then it unfolds, and it has this whole organizing section with parts for the credit cards. There's a zipper purse for the coins, and I loved it. It was in that pretty pebbled leather. It had all of the silver accents that Bryant is known for, and it was in great condition. The handles on the purse were braided, and I had that listed on both eBay and on Poshmark, and it right away got so many likes. It had so much interest in it, but it just sad. Nobody seemed to be able to pull the trigger and buy the damn thing. But it did finally sell, and it sold for $40, and I had it listed for $50. So I was really happy when I got a $40 offer, and that did sell on eBay. I think you are going to remember this sweater from one of my thrift hauls. This is the purple Ralph Lauren sweater that is a silk blend. It was a vintage sweater, and I think it was a vintage sweater. I think it was vintage, but it is in a size 1X, and that was listed for, I want to say, less than a week, not more than a week and a half. And Karen got that at the Salvation Army for $3, and we sold that for $12. That was another one that surprised me. I just assumed I was going to get more than $20 for that since it was a silk blend, but no such luck, but that's okay. At least we did make a profit off of that one. I have another Lane Bryant item. These are workout pants that are by Livi, L-I-V-I, their workout clothing line, I guess, but it is all part of Lane Bryant. They are in a size 14-16. They were new with tags, and they were super cute. They're a cropped, like, capri pair of workout pants. And we got those at Goodwill for $5.99, and we were able to sell those for $20. This purple Fabletics t-shirt we picked up at Goodwill for $2.99. It was new with tags, and it sold for $16.99. So I was pretty happy with that because not all of the Fabletics stuff seems to move. And I know this was new with tags and it was cute, but at first, when we first posted it, it wasn't getting a lot of attention. It's probably been listed for about a month. It might be just a little bit longer. And I was surprised. I really thought new with tags, cute little t-shirt, relatively inexpensively priced. It's just going to fly. And I want to say I listed it for $19.99 and then accepted an offer of $16.99. You may remember this clutch. This was from another one of my recent thrift hauls. This white Coach Bleecker wristlet, minus the wristlet. So it was more like a clutch. This was the one that had the lavender on the inside, and it was pristine on the inside, not so pristine on the outside. Had a lot of staining on the outside, and I have this one big kind of scratch going down in the buckle area on the leather. I ended up putting this up for auction because I had no idea. The comps that I found were all for, versions of this purse that were in really good condition. And so I didn't know how to list it, but it was Coach and it appeared to be vintage, so I thought it might go. And almost immediately, I got an opening bid of $4.50. And somebody bid it up to $6, and I kept thinking, oh, maybe it'll go higher, but it didn't. It sold for $6, but that's okay. We picked that up at a yard sale for only $2, so I am very happy with that. This next sweater I loved. I found this at an estate sale. It is a linen blend. I had never heard of this brand before. It is by Batega di Brunella, and it is in a size extra large. Super, super cute cardigan style sweater. It's like an open weave. I mean, it is an open weave. It's not like an open weave. Really, really pretty in a nice olive green color. And this one sat for a little bit because the comps were super good. So I listed it at $50, and I got a lot of interest and a couple of lowball offers. A few people were offering me $20, $15. And I just wasn't going to give it away because the comps were pretty solid, and there were not too terribly many of them listed, although a bunch of them had sold, which is usually a fair indicator that something's going to sell. I don't want to see that they have 50 of something listed, but only 2 sold, because then that's telling me there's no movement on it. So I stuck to my guns, kept it at 50, and it did sell after about 2 months for $42. So one of my favorite brands to pick up is Tori. Tori just has a really good sell-through rate for us. We seem to be able to move most of the Tori pieces that we pick up fairly quickly, and this pair of jeans was no exception. I listed these for, I want to say I listed them for about $24.99. They are a size 16S, and we got them at Goodwill for $5.99, and they sold in about a little less than 2 weeks. It might have been less than a week. I'm just having a little bit of trouble with the memory, but I know they went pretty quickly because I listed a bunch of jeans at the same time, and I had several of them sell one right after the other. The Torrids, the AGs, a pair of Paige jeans, and then I also had a pair of Miss Me jeans, and all of them sold within the same period fairly quickly after we had listed them. So a week, maybe a week and a half at most. The last of the Soma Bras has sold. I really hope once garage sale season rolls around that I find a lot of these bras, because the Soma Bras and the Victoria's Secret bras just move for me, even though they're pre-owned. And this one I thought, I don't know if people are going to buy this because it's purple, and I mean, I don't think I would buy a purple bra, to be honest with you. But it did. It sold. It was a size 40B. It was in really good condition. It hardly looked used. You know how sometimes the little doohickeys that clip together kind of get all bent out of shape? That was not an issue with this. It looked like it could go for new without tags, but I wasn't confident enough to list it new without tags, so I put it as pre-owned. And we picked that up in a estate sale for $2, and it sold for $11.69. These Athleta yoga pants in a size 0. This is one of 5 pairs that Karen picked up at an estate sale, each of them for $5. And I know you have heard my rant about Athleta, and this is why. They sold for $14. Y'all, these looked perfect. They looked to be totally almost new and really crisp. You know how the material feels super crisp when it's still new and hasn't been washed a lot? And that was these pants. And we've got 5 of them in a size 0, and it might be the size, because how many people size 0 are exercising all the time? Well, maybe a lot of them, maybe that's why they're a size 0. But I mean, they didn't hang around all that long. They were only listed about not even a month, and they sold, but I still got 4 more pair. Athleta, just lately. This DVD I grabbed at a yard sale this summer. I probably had it listed since July. I picked it up for $1, and the only reason I picked it up is because it was new in the box. When I got home and looked at the comps, I'm like, it'll sell for about $10, and guess what? It sold for $10. So that's another thing. I like picking up DVDs. I also like picking up games or video games, but I don't know enough about them yet to know which ones are good, which ones are clunkers. But the DVDs, I just stick them in a drawer that I have in my closet, and it just sits there, and then when it sells, out it goes. It's super cheap to ship, and it just seems like a win. I mean, to take $1 and turn it into $10 is just fine with me. This coat or jacket by Marmot is in a size small. It's very pretty with fur around the hood, doesn't have any stains or nicks, or doesn't have any stains or pulls or anything. Pretty black for the main color, and we got that at Goodwill for $6.99, and it sold for $22.99. I was happy to move it. It's been listed about 3.5 weeks. Okay guys, that is it for the first part of the thrift haul. Please tune in on Sunday when I will post the second part of the thrift haul. So I will be wearing the same clothes. Anyway, we will see you on Sunday. And remember, it's not cheap, it's thrifty. So if reselling content is something that you are interested in, please consider hitting subscribe so that you can see more of our future videos. We post videos twice a week on Wednesdays and on Sundays, and we would love to have you join our little community. Also, if you like our videos and want to be notified every time that we post them, please hit the bell below and that will send you a notification. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you again on Sunday. Bye guys.